Besides 9mm micro-compacts, big-bore revolvers are also making waves at SHOT Show 2025, and the latest .44 Magnums are stealing the spotlight. With fresh takes on classics and cutting-edge designs, these revolvers cater to everything from hunting and self-defense to pure range enjoyment. In this video, we'll talk about the 7 newest .44 Magnum revolvers of SHOT Show 2025. From rugged field guns to precision-engineered masterpieces, these handguns bring serious power and craftsmanship to the table. Stick around to see which one deserves a spot in your collection. The Smith & Wesson 629 Mountain Gun is a lighter take on .44 Magnum firepower, and the version showcased at SHOT Show 2025 omits the internal lock, something a lot of purists will appreciate. If you're looking for a big-bore revolver that won't weigh you down too much when you're out in the field, this design might be just what you need. The stainless steel frame remains, so it's still durable enough for Magnum loads, but the tapered barrel cuts a few ounces. The difference may not seem huge on paper, yet you'll feel it when you're carrying the revolver on your hip during a long day in bear country. A gold bead up front grabs your eye quickly, and the adjustable rear sight allows you to fine-tune your impact. The hammer and trigger are narrow, which you might find more comfortable if you prefer a more traditional double-action revolver feel. The cylinder features a slight chamfer on the edges, giving it a clean, classic vibe. Smith & Wesson's no-lock approach leaves the side of the frame uninterrupted, which appeals to those who want a simpler mechanism and fewer potential failure points. The walnut grips from Tyler Gunworks have a palm swell that helps you hold on under recoil. Shooting .44 Magnum with a lightweight revolver can be a handful, so it's good to have grips designed to mitigate the jolt. With its MSRP of $1,199, it's not terribly priced, but it's not the least expensive option out there either. A lot of shooters consider the 629 Mountain Gun a sweet spot between heavy-duty Magnum revolvers and smaller frames that may be too punishing. If you want a .44 Magnum that's practical to carry, accurate, and free of the internal lock, you'll likely find this version satisfying. Colt announced the Kodiak in late 2024, aiming it squarely at outdoors enthusiasts who need stopping power in remote places. Released at SHOT Show 2025, this .44 Magnum wheelgun features updates that improve on the original run from the early 90s, but you still get that classic Colt aura. If you roam rugged trails or hunt in bear country, the Kodiak could earn a place in your kit. Built on the Anaconda frame, the Kodiak shares the same stout construction while offering a 4.25-inch barrel that's ported with 6 topside vents. Those vents help tame muzzle climb when you're dealing with Magnum ammo, letting you realign your sights faster. The unfluted cylinder isn't just there for looks. It's meant to boost structural integrity and keep debris from jamming up the works in rough conditions. The stainless steel shines with a polished finish, offering corrosion resistance that's helpful if you're outdoors in all sorts of weather. Colt includes a Hogue monogrip that feels secure in hand and helps cushion the recoil. Some might miss the old-school wooden grips, but the function-oriented approach does a solid job with high recoil rounds. Out of the box, the Kodiak can handle big-game loads without blinking. People report velocities around 1,375 feet per second using 240-grain jacketed hollow-point ammunition from a 4.25-inch barrel, which is pretty impressive. The trigger is consistent with what you expect from Colt: smooth double-action pulls around 7 pounds, single-action brakes near 5 pounds. If you want to modernize it further, the top strap is ready for optics. Throw on a red dot sight and you'll have a formidable tool for hunting or wilderness protection. The MSRP is near $1,599, placing it in a higher price bracket, but for the money, you get a revolver that's built to handle unforgiving environments. Spohr offers the N670 series to give us a feel for German precision, and it's catching eyes at SHOT Show 2025 for good reason. This design sits somewhere between Smith & Wesson's L-frame and N-frame, creating a more compact footprint without skimping on durability. If you're chasing a .44 Magnum that marries meticulous craftsmanship with modern options, you'll want to see what Spohr is doing. They give you choices in barrel length from 3 inches to 6.5, so you can decide if you prefer a carry-friendly piece or a longer barrel that boosts velocity and accuracy. Each revolver is finely engineered, with hardened hammers, triggers, and match-grade cylinder releases. Each chamber gets its own number, a subtle detail that indicates the builder's attention to even the smallest factors. Spohr uses Neil grips across the lineup. These grips feel ergonomic, and you can swap them if you also own another Spohr model. Sights can be chosen to match your style, including LPA TXT or fiber optic upgrades, plus the option of a black tactical finish if you're going for a stealthier look. It's a level of personalization that stands out in a sea of off-the-shelf revolvers. The starting price sits around €3,550, roughly $3,700, so it's not for someone pinching pennies. Spohr competes with top-tier makers like Korth or Mongoose, aiming to produce a revolver that's both a luxury item and a range performer. You're not forced to treat it as a safe queen, though. These revolvers are built to shoot, not just to display. Speaking of Korth, Korth's Mongoose in .44 Magnum, imported by Nighthawk Customs, is a masterclass in engineering and elegance. It's priced the same as the Spohr N670 at $3,799, and for that reason, you'll also notice fine German craftsmanship in every part of this revolver, from its satin black finish to the distinct wooden grips adorned with the Korth emblem. Korth pays attention to detail in a way that few manufacturers can match. The interior surfaces are expertly polished, with no drag lines or obvious machine marks. Every component glides together in a manner reminiscent of a Swiss watch. The barrel is a two-piece design, featuring a steel sleeve enclosed by a housing, delivering both accuracy and a striking appearance. A gold bead up front helps you lock on to your target, and the adjustable rear sight is serrated to reduce glare, which makes life easier on sunny days. The cylinder is locked at both the front and rear, creating a rock-solid lockup. That approach aids consistency in every shot, and the revolver keeps a pristine finish with fewer scuffs from indexing. There's a unique cylinder release at the rear that's intuitive once you get used to it. The action feels smooth in double action, typically around 8.5 pounds, and single action can be as light as 3 pounds. You might find that crisp break exhilarating if you value accuracy. Out on the range, the Mongoose tames .44 Magnum recoil more than you'd expect, thanks to its weight distribution and robust build. The muzzle flips less than you might fear, allowing you to settle back on target quickly. Quality ammunition can yield 1-inch groups at 50 yards. It's a revolver that rewards proper technique and can produce near rifle-like results if you do your part. You might be on the lookout for a budget .44 Magnum that's compact enough to carry. The Taurus 44, 4-inch, shown by Taurus at SHOT Show 2025, offers an inviting mix of performance and affordability for anyone interested in stepping into big-bore territory. With an MSRP of $727.99, you can buy 2 of these for the price of one Colt Anaconda, but it delivers plenty of capability and reliability as well. Built from stainless steel, the revolver shrugs off rust and daily wear. The 4-inch barrel strikes a helpful balance, short enough for practical carry, long enough to maintain accuracy. You'll notice the weight of 28.6 ounces does a decent job soaking up the .44 Magnum's characteristic recoil. You might think this caliber automatically means punishing recoil, but with a good grip and stance, it's not as harsh as you'd expect. The rubberized grip design helps a lot, keeping your hand in place and easing some of that snap. The design leans toward simplicity and comfort. The rounded trigger guard and moderate palm swell feel natural when you're lining up shots. You can load 6 rounds in the cylinder, and the revolver's overall length of 9.5 inches doesn't make it unwieldy to draw from a belt holster. It's suitable for everyday defense, venturing into the outdoors, or enjoying a range day with a powerful round. It's capable of 2-inch groups at 25 yards, which is plenty accurate for a short-barreled Magnum. Double action mode might feel a bit heavier, but single action is crisp and makes it easier to land precise shots. This design approach helps a wide range of shooters handle the .44 Magnum's punch. Ruger's new model Super Blackhawk has always captured the spirit of traditional single-action revolvers, and the newest edition at SHOT Show 2025 keeps that legacy alive with a few refinements that you'll appreciate. If you value old-school charm, but still want something that handles modern hunting loads, the Super Blackhawk might sit perfectly in your wheelhouse. You'll spot the 5.5-inch barrel right away, which is a bit shorter than older variants. Losing that extra inch doesn't hurt accuracy too much, and most shooters report reliable 2-inch groupings at 25 yards. The velocity drops slightly, but the difference is often negligible for practical purposes, especially if you're using .44 Special or typical Magnum loads. The steel grip frame replaces aluminum, found on some previous models, boosting durability and giving the revolver better overall balance. Ruger includes a transfer bar safety, so you can keep all 6 chambers loaded without the same risk found in older single-action designs. It's a modern nod to safety that you might really appreciate if you like carrying your revolver in the field. The protective sides on the rear sight help keep it safe from bumps and dings when you're out hunting or just knocking around in rough terrain. Those who enjoy .44 Magnum will find the new model's Super Blackhawk handles stout loads with relative ease. Weighing about 41 ounces, it's hefty enough to tame recoil, though you'll still feel the Magnum's punch. I kind of dislike the square-back trigger guard, which can bite the shooter's knuckle under heavy recoil. Some folks learn to adjust their grip, while others swap in a set of rubber grips to mitigate discomfort. Ruger dresses this revolver in a blued steel finish and rosewood panels, giving it an unmistakable classic feel. Its $1,499 price tag sets it squarely in the premium range, but you're paying for Ruger's workmanship and a proven design that's evolved for generations. The Colt Anaconda 4-inch is one of those revolvers that makes a statement the moment you pick it up. Unveiled during SHOT Show 2025, it continues Colt's tradition of producing Magnum revolvers that balance visual appeal with serious firepower. If you crave a .44 Magnum that doesn't skimp on style or performance, the Anaconda deserves a spot on your radar. You'll see polished stainless steel covering every surface, giving it that bright, reflective look Colt fans have come to admire. The 4-inch barrel gives you a shorter profile for easier handling, and the ventilated rib nods to its Python heritage. At the same time, the extra heft up front helps manage recoil, keeping your muzzle rise reasonable even when firing potent .44 Magnum rounds. The top strap is drilled and tapped if you want to add a red dot sight, which could come in handy for hunting or defensive tasks. Hogue rubber grips come standard. They contour well, creating a comfy hold that reduces felt recoil on your palm. The revolver weighs a solid 47 ounces, which is hefty, but that mass soaks up a good bit of the Magnum's recoil. Many folks find they can shoot full power loads without feeling battered, even during longer practice sessions. Colt's trigger is smooth in double action mode and breaks cleanly in single action, giving you fine control over shot placement. You'll appreciate the accuracy. Many shooters see groupings of around 2 to 3 inches at typical defensive ranges, and that's shooting offhand. With a supported stance and premium ammo, you might tighten those groups further, which helps if you plan to hunt or enjoy hitting steel at moderate distances. Priced around $1,499, the Anaconda competes in a market packed with contenders, but it holds its ground with classic Colt flair and up-to-date features. And those are some of the .44 Magnum revolvers available at SHOT Show 2025. Bring something unique to the table, proving the .44 Magnum is alive and well in 2025. Let us know in the comments which revolver caught your eye, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the bell icon for more updates on SHOT Show 2025. Thanks for watching.